there's a saying that if you could carry that waste with you, you can carry it home as well.
We would like to thank Hungarian Telecom for providing a professional studio in Budapest and supporting the work of podcasters in Hungary.
I'm Ágnes Gárdonyi, freelancer in journalism and communication. I mainly cover culture, science, and sustainability. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook.
And I am Karolina Czako. I'm a communication and sustainability consultant. As a freelancer, I work across countries, the EU. I'm based in Hungary. You can turn to me for non-ESG related sustainability projects and also communications and PR. And feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or on the AK Campus podcast Gmail address as well, which you can find in the About section.
Today's episode of our mini-series, we are all about having fun without creating trash. Festivals, camping, hiking, just enjoying nature without creating waste. We'll share what to pack, how to handle food, toiletries, and trash when there are no bins around, and our own zero waste kits, plus the mistakes we've made so you don't have to. If you love festivals or spending time outdoors and want to do it more responsibly, this is the episode for you.
Hi.
Karolina, hi. What should I pack in a zero waste festival kit to avoid single-use plastics?
I go to festivals sometimes, but like maybe once or twice a year. So my experience comes from these, and I like hiking as well, but I don't go on like several days hiking. However, I did some research on this episode, and also I spoke to some people who do camp and hike for longer periods. So this is my disclaimer. It is encouraged at some festivals, also the festivals I go to have a zero waste kit with you or a zero waste solution. And I think this is a great development because festivals, even with the best intentions, they still accumulate a lot of trash because of course there are many people and they do need to give them alternatives. They have nothing to put their food or their drinks in. For festivals, even for outside cooking, like for example if you just go with your friends and cook something, you can easily buy sets and you can easily buy sets of utensils. Some even include straws and chopsticks. Keep in mind that you will want to wash them as well, so get nature safe solid soap for it. It's very easy to dry and carry around. You just put it on the sun and then it's going to dry very fast. There are also various solutions to put the soap in if it's wet and it will still be able to dry because these bags, specialist bags, are good for keeping the water away from the surrounding materials in your bag, but still let the soap dry.
How can I stay hydrated at festivals without buying disposable water bottles?
Some festivals have shops where you can buy your reusable cups, but their capacity is small most times, and if they don't have a lid, it becomes messy and cumbersome to carry because you basically are carrying an open container, so you're better off drinking it on the spot, and not everyone wants to drink everything just fast. I also recommend a strong but foldable tall bowls and a thermos or at least a water bottle. I usually prefer thermos if it gets cold, a regular water bottle when it's hot. Once I was at a festival, the day before it was sunny, 30 degrees Celsius, and on the festival days, the cold weather came, and it surprised the organizers as well as the participants. I guess not everyone looked at the weather forecast. I did bring warm clothes and a thermos, and it helped me a lot because I had tea for the entire duration. I had actually a large thermos with me, and I didn't get sick. Many of them did. And also, back to the advice part, try not to reuse non-reusable bottles as they are designed to be used once. Basically, the reasoning is behind it that they can infuse your water with microplastics. It's not the kind of infusion you really want in your body. And you should really just return them to machines or shops that accept them. They often even pay a small amount for them in Hungary and in other EU countries. And it's good for the environment. It's also good for you that you get to participate in recycling these PET bottles because they are very, very bad for the environment. And when you make some money back, a little bit. Every little counts.
About these reusable cups, I remember that we have a really big music festival in Hungary, and it attracts a lot of tourists as well, a lot of foreigners. And I remember, like, even 3 or 4 years ago, there were people who collected these reusable cups after every concert, and they got the money back and got rich out of it.
Really?
And yeah, it
Interesting business model.
It was like a business. Yeah, they didn't get rich out of it, but yeah, it was good for the environment. It was good for them. It was good for the people who didn't want that fuss to bring back the cups. So it was a win-win situation for everyone.
Yeah, but I should point out that our current system encourages very poor people, not just people on the street, but who are very poor, to kind of make a job out of it. And it's legally not really clear, or well, it's clear, but it's not very practical that whatever is in the trash belongs to the company that collects it. So if they take it out of the trash, then these people take it out of the trash, they're actually stealing these bottles. And I don't agree with this in the sense that they're actually doing a favor by collecting these bottles that end up in the trash and would end up in landfill. And they take it back to these machines because at least they make money, and a lot less of these bottles get into landfill and into nature.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this is a social problem because
it is. Yeah.
There are people who need to do such thing, but it's also a tidiness problem because they make a mess around the waste bins.
They do.
When they try to find these bottles. And for example, in the capital, in Budapest, the municipality had a pilot program on this, that they put out these containers around waste bins where you could leave your own bottles you didn't want to bring back to get money from it. And this way it might be much tidier, this kind of activity on behalf of these poorer people, but they are not really in use, as I see walking around in the city.
That's very sad because it actually addresses a problem that also affects festivals, that these poor people go and also ruin the area around the trash bins. And it's a good initiative, but I think it needs to get more attention and more education around that. I also heard about some good examples that some buildings, residential buildings, actually gather their bottles and they just give it to someone, like some local poor person or somebody on the street. So they don't, in exchange, they hopefully don't make a mess around their trash bins. They just don't leave a mess, because the problem is that they obviously don't fill the trash back with the things they didn't take.
Yes, and also there are some websites where you can offer your used bottles to people who are willing to take them back, and you can also share the income beforehand. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it's a good initiative. And going out of the city, what should I do with my trash if I'm hiking or camping in nature and there are no bins anywhere?
What I'm going to say, it will sound cumbersome because you will be carrying an extra bag. However, it is necessary. So prepare a designated trash bag and take it with you. It is really bad for nature and for the people coming after you if you leave your trash lying around. Imagine animals might try to eat it because it has some kind of smell that attracts them. And if it's plastic, it will stay there for hundreds of years and ends up as microplastic that is a proven health risk. If available, try to dispose the trash by category, so at least some of it gets professionally recycled.
Yeah, as I know, in the forest around the capital city, they don't install bins deliberately because then animals would come there and try to find some food there, or the wind can carry all the waste out of the bin. So there's a saying that if you could carry that waste with you, you can carry it home as well.
Actually, in Japan, I kind of like to look at Japanese culture. They have some very good examples. And even on the streets, they either don't have many bins, so people are used to taking their trash home. They use special bags to put them in, so the trash recycling company only takes those bags that are especially made for this purpose. So we have a lot to learn about Japan and their environmental efforts in managing waste. But anyway, back to hiking.
Yeah, and back to festivals. How can I bring toiletries like soap, shampoo, and toothpaste to festivals or nature without using plastic bottles or creating waste?
Many of these have chemicals in them that are not good for nature, so my recommendation is to first check if the items you have are safe for nature. There are natural creams, river or ocean friendly, SPF in case it leaks into water, because if you take SPF sun cream, it does get into the water, so it matters because many people do it, so they carry a lot of cream into water, so it matters that we don't poison our waters further. There are also many reliable brands that offer natural cosmetics, so obviously these don't necessarily hurt nature that much, and some of them are even certified. A natural shampoo and conditioner can easily be found in solid form, which is great because then you don't have to carry around a bottle of something that can spill out. So it's very good. I myself use on a regular basis shampoo and conditioner in a soap form, and it's completely fine. You don't see my hair on the podcast, but Aggie does, and it's completely normal. Right, Aggie?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. And the same goes for toothpaste. They're natural alternatives in tablets. They might not contain everything that the teeth need, so make sure you to consult a dentist about the use. Maybe short-term use is okay, but long-term use is not if they don't have everything. So I see that the toothpaste tablet world is not that, or the toothpaste tablet product development is not there yet. Completely.
Yeah. For example, mostly they don't contain fluoride, and then it won't.
It will damage the teeth on the long term because your teeth needs phosphates to
exactly.
Stay healthy.
Yeah. And
as for containers, there are many reusable ones made from glass or plastic for every budget. Instead of buying the expensive mini versions in the drugstore, you can just label them and take as much as little as you need. A great tip is to use clean contact lens containers for creams that you only need a little of, like serums or eye creams. Just make sure not to confuse them with your actual contact lens case if you or your companions use contact lenses, because that can get very messy and it's not good for your lenses and your eyesight.
Also, talking about all these products, my method is that I don't really use products. So I don't really use products. I don't use shampoo. And
what do you use?
Water. Just water.
Okay.
And you can see my hair is...
You have really nice hair.
Yeah. So, and also I don't use creams. So far, I can manage without them, but we'll see. Thank you for sharing all these experience and interesting thoughts on this topic. And do you have any final thoughts on this?
Yes, I do. Remember that not leaving trash behind is a responsible way to use nature together with other people. it reduces the harm on the plants and animals that live there where you went. It also reduces the need for other people to come and collect trash after the many who didn't care about the shared space. And I know that, for example, in Hungary, the state is supposed to take care of it, or the local authorities, and they often don't have the capacity to do that. And then people, volunteers, team building groups gather the trash, but it doesn't really lead anywhere, because it gets cleaned, then it gets dirtied, it gets cleaned. It's a vicious cycle. So this is why I really respect the Swedish mentality about this, because they take cleanliness very seriously. I also see this in Madeira, in Portugal, that nature is kept very clean, and also people explicitly value it. So thank you. That's my final thought. And
Thank you for being here, and see you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode. Thank you.
That was it for today's episode. You've been listening to AK Compass, guiding listeners through evolving ideas, directions. I'm Ágnes Gárdonyi.
And I'm Karolina Czako. Subscribe, rate, review if you'd like to support us. Thank you for listening.